Really, Rokia? Lingerie? First of all, don't even think about it, because that's just nasty. Don't be giving me lingerie unless... Just don't give me lingerie.
Good morning, Royals. It's another episode of My Royal Diaries. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rokia, also known as MsQueenRo. I am a full-time entrepreneur working as a brand strategist, part-time digital content creator, and I am so excited about today's episode. Finally, I am putting together a working behind the scenes kind of series. I recently created a poll, posted it on my YouTube community, trying to get ideas on what kind of videos to make when it came to my career side. And surprisingly, a lot of you wanted to see behind the scenes, me working behind the scenes kind of vlogs. I honestly thought that was going to come in last as to why I put it last, but it came in second. I was like, okay, cool. Those are easy to make and probably most purposeful to me because it's going to hold me accountable when it comes to getting my work done. Hence, this first video in the series, we're going to do goal setting 2024 together. Now, I am going to keep these working behind the scenes video series sort of like a vlog style, and that's the reason why it's going to be mixed in with My Royal Diaries. My hope is that you will still get educational nuggets from it, which I know you will. I'm just going to tell it in more like a storytelling type of form. If you have any ideas on what you would like to see with these working behind the scenes videos, just let me know in the comments, which, oh yeah, by the way, thank you so much for your like. We really appreciate it. And if you've been watching our videos, when I say our, I say myself, Reagan. If anything you find of value, we would greatly appreciate if you press the subscribe button and just join the Royal community. We'd love to have you. All right, let's go run these errands. When I tell you it's cold outside, it is cold outside. It's a tad bit cold. When I woke up this morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, it was 18 degrees. Currently, it is 9:57. It is 24 degrees. Even for North Carolina, that's pretty frigid. First stop, PetSmart, and leaving up to my bougie fur baby. She does not do any type of dog food. She has to have certain dog food, and now it's come to the point to where she has to have soft food in her dry food, which I guess I understand, because if you're sitting there eating pellets all the time, you would get tired of that too. So this brand right here, she actually does like, and I like it because I only give her a little at a time, and it has a top, so I'll take a little out, mix it with her dry food, and that lasts the one will last probably, I don't know, about a week, maybe a little over a week or so, just one spoonful with it. But girl, $3.09, little Missy, she is breaking me. $3.09 for this little thing. All right, it wasn't too bad, less than $20 for 6 cans, and I actually had $2 reward, so I used that. Guess that'll last me about 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how much I give her. Now I'm in Old Navy and just trying to see what they have here. Old Navy had nothing. Let me just go in Marshall's real quick and see if I see anything. That's kind of cute. Pink is not usually my color, but I like the fabric on this. And this is Jessica Simpson, $16.99. Not too bad. Okay, I kind of like this better. It's kind of oversized. I'm not really a stripes kind of girl, but I need some things that are blue, and this is $16.99. I don't know the brand, but I don't care about brands, so I like this. It's like really big and flowy. All right, this might be a keeper. I don't know if it's always been like this or if I just overlooked it or what, but I went to a sporting goods store to buy all my weights at home, and I did not know Marshall's carries it. How much is this? $14.99 for 12 pounds. I don't remember how much I paid, but it's nice to know that I can just come to like this local Marshall's and just come get weight stuff if I need to.
Made it back home, made a protein shake, and now I'm ready to get right to it. Don't want to delay you all anymore. As I stated before, I am very excited to do this because it's going to hold me accountable and just to get work done. But this one specifically, it's going to hold me accountable because I don't know if I've ever expressed my goals publicly before. I mean, in the past, I've made vision boards. I guess I don't know if I've ever had resolutions. I never really believed in them. But when I made a vision board, it wasn't really for me. Like, I know a lot of people use vision boards. They hang them on the wall so they can see them every day. First of all, I'm not hanging it on the wall. So the ones that I did make, because it's not aesthetically pleasing to me. And it's not going to motivate me to do what I need to do. And the ones that I did make, they were digital. So they were on the screen. I actually put them on my desktop. I think the last one I made was 2022. I had it on my desktop. Now, I did accomplish, I think, 80% of those goals. And I don't think it was the reason it just was in my face all the time. I think it's just, I don't know. But I just don't want it on the screen. I'm actually going to go old school. I used to journal when I was younger. I'm going to go back to just journaling again. I found this book and I'm going to use this. It says it's a BB, baby, the BEBE, however you pronounce that. Somebody gave me this a long time ago, and the front says, "Be a stiletto in a room full of flats." This is me, because if anybody knew me when I worked in corporate America, I always had on a pair of heels, and I think the person who gave it to me, I think it might have been my aunt, a long time ago, they knew this book fitted me or suited me. So I want to go old school and write down my goals. I am going to show you guys, my goals, so again, to could hold myself accountable. And yeah, I'm just excited to make this plain so that I can go back to this book, remind myself, because I might even use this book for something else, maybe the planner, anything like that. And that's just it. I'm a planner. So when I see things written down, I can go back and reference it, or I can go back and write notes to it. I don't know, making it digital. I was trying to be all fancy and stuff. It just wasn't, it was, as you can see on the screen, he was a copy of it. It just wasn't for me. It looked nice, but it wasn't for me. So we're going to go old school, back to writing this down. I even have a little fancy pen. I know my aunt gave me this because this is something she always buys. So with the notebook and the pen, let's get started. Okay, Royals, wait a minute. I thought this book was empty, but apparently I used it back in 2017. Oh my gosh. This brings back memories because now I remember what I used this book for. I used to be on a podcast. And this, look, 2018. I used to be on a podcast. As you can see, I've stayed in the communication realm for many years. And I remember that we had to come up with topics. Well, I guess this in this time frame, it was Valentine's, because the question was going to be what not to buy MsQueenRo on Valentine's. You know how you go back to your diary or your journal and you read what you put? I'm like, what was I thinking? I'm going to go ahead and share this with you, Royals. If there's any single men listening to this video or watching this video, get some ideas, okay? I even numbered them backwards from 5 to 1. 5. I was money, or maybe it's dollar grade chocolates. First of all, anybody who knows me, female or male, I don't really do chocolate like that. If you're gonna get me some candy, I'm gonna need you to get the what is it? The nerds, the gummy nerds, or some gummies. I'm not really a chocolate girly. Number 4, gift cards. I guess I put gift cards because it's not personal. Or I can get gift cards for like a birthday or something, and you give me a gift card on a Valentine's, you didn't think about me. You really didn't think about putting effort into giving me a gift. Number 3, I put lingerie. Really, Rokia? Lingerie? First of all, don't even think about it, because that's just nasty. Don't be giving me lingerie just don't give me lingerie. Unless we married. Give me a ring, then we could think about it. Number 2, I have dinner and a movie. Now, that kind of baffled me because I'm going to be honest, dinner and a movie are actually my favorite. That's my favorite date. That's my favorite kind of date. I'm just real simple. But I think I put it on here, what not to do on MsQueenRo's Valentine's, is because I think this is something that we can do at any time. If it's Valentine's, then probably I want you to, again, put some effort into thinking, what can you do? And maybe that's the reason why I put it. And then number 1, I had friendship ring. We grown. You're not giving me the friendship ring. What are we, high school? Nah, if you give me a ring, it better come with your last name, soon to be. So that was just funny. But it was just in the front. The rest of this book is empty. So we're going to start fresh. Let's write on here 2024 goal setting. Okay, Eddie. All right, y'all don't pay attention. Don't judge me on my handwriting. I do not have pretty handwriting like the other girlies. My handwriting is sloppy, as to why I usually type stuff. But 2024 goal setting. I know what it says. I think we're going to do this in categories. So the first thing I'm going to have is obviously business. The next thing I'm going to put is a personal goal. I don't know what a personal goal would be yet. I'm going to put personal, but I don't know what that would be. So we'll see. The next thing I'm going to put is travel. Every year I have a travel goal, whether I write it down or not. And I already have an idea of what it's going to be for 2024. The next thing I'm going to put is finance or financial. When I go through these goals, I'll just give you an example of what I've already reached for 2023. And we'll take it from there. So far I have business, personal, travel, financial. I'm also going to have a wild card. I don't know what's going to be in the wild card, but I want to have something that is different and challenging on here as well. All right, so right now I have 5 things. Now this is the way I would goal set. You do the way you would want to. Some people do it by month, some people do it by quarter. And truth be told, I am going to put this is your first tip. You do need to have a deadline with any goal. I wouldn't have your deadline as being at the end of the year. Maybe have a specific month, because that's what I'm going to do. For each goal, I'm going to write a plan of what I want to see achieved, and then I'm going to have a month associated with it. So, for instance, oh, you know what? I have a 6th one, social media. I'm going to put that down. And actually, let me start there, because I think that's going to be my easiest goal thus far. My social media goal, I would like to make 10,000 followers on YouTube by June 2024. All right, so I have 10K followers by June. Okay, so far so good. Hope you can see that. Okay. Which, by the way, congratulations to me, kudos to me and Reagan. We just crossed over 6,000 followers, so less than 4,000 to go. I think we can do it. Thank you so much for your support. You're commenting, you're liking, you subscribed. I appreciate it. Please continue to do the same. Share this video if you know anybody that's trying to set their goals or is a business owner. You can do this personally. You don't have to be a business owner. Share this video, but at the least, just make sure you press that like button. Thank you so much. So yeah, my social media goal for YouTube is 10,000 followers. So maybe I shouldn't say just social media. Maybe I should say, I'll just put YouTube in parentheses for this one. And actually, you know what? I am going to put a goal for my Instagram, because if you haven't noticed or if you didn't know, I started a business page Instagram, World Consulting Biz, B-I-Z at the end. And I'll put it here right on the screen so you guys can see. But that was just starting. I think I'm at 60 something so far. So the camera just shut off. I had no idea why. I thought maybe it got hot or something. But apparently there's something called, and I think I forgot about this with I'm on my Sony right now. This is a new camera and I'm still getting used to it. But when I was on my Pocket 2, the DJI Pocket 2, I know the SD card needs to be formatted every so often. I forgot about that. I never formatted it on this camera, so it just cut off in the midst of me. I think I was on the IG portion and I had to figure out how to do that. So I figured it out. We're back. I think I left you guys in my IG goal, which was going to be 100 followers by the end of February. I think I'm at like 60 something. So we're going to say I think that's a realistic goal. By the way, I didn't tell you what step I'm on when talking about these goals. So basically, I'm on a step 1, which is define my goal. I'm defining my goal. I'm saying I want these categories, and I want to accomplish this achievement. I want to accomplish this goal or achievement by this date. That's what I'm doing, defining my goals. Okay, so we did social media. Now let's go to financial. So again, kudos to me. So you got to give yourself kudos while doing this, because it's going to get you motivated to do well in your current state, your current year. So kudos to me. On a full-time entrepreneur budget, I was able to pay off not 1, but 2 credit cards last year, 2023. So my goal this year is to pay off, and those were smaller cards. My strategy was pay off some of the tinier cards to knock that debt out the way. It's a little easier. Make bigger payments to those and knock those out the way, while just making the minimum or a little over the minimum for my bigger card. Well, now I'm working on my bigger card, and I would like to knock that out this year. So 1 credit card full paid off this year is my financial goal. So let me write that down. 1 paid off credit card. All right, let's go to travel. Now travel, I did a lot of traveling last year. I think in my last vlog I said, or the vlog that Reagan just made, which by the way, if you haven't checked that out, if you are a skincare person, whether you are male or female, everybody needs good skincare. If you have skin, you need to do skincare. Reagan made her first official YouTube video by herself talking about skincare. I think that's going to be her niche, is skincare. So go check that out. Here it is on the screen so you can see what the thumbnail looks like. But I said in that video that I did like 5 or 6 trips last year, and I think that's true. I just didn't keep up with them. But one of the major goals was a state, because I'm still on this 50 state goal to make by 2030. And I'm at number 30? Yes. Last year I went to Connecticut. Here's the video for that. And I accomplished state 30. This year, I would like to accomplish 2 new states. Goal is, well, I would love to do 3, but I already have a big trip coming up in the next month or so, next 2 months. And that's going to be like 3 or 4 new countries that I'm visiting. So I'm not gonna be greedy. I'm just gonna say 2 new states this year so that I can make it to number 32 out of 50. All right, 2 new states. It doesn't matter what states that they are, because I still have a few to go. Just want to get 2 new states. I'm gonna skip personal for right now. Let's go to business. Okay, business is a little complicated because there's different components to business. But I am gonna give myself kudos, because when I wasn't even thinking about it, I actually accomplished a goal this month, January, and it hasn't been even over yet. I know for the last 2 years, I've been just saying I would love to land some type of big company. I've landed small companies like nonprofits or just like somebody who has maybe like 1 or 2 employees. I've never landed like a corporation, literally an incorporation. Well, I haven't really announced this yet, but I landed. I'm not going to go into details right now because I do want to make an official announcement, probably on Instagram first. But thank you to God that I have landed my first incorporated company that is actually, they have their products nationwide. So thank you, God, for that. That's enough details for that. So I would say that's actually a big goal that I've always wanted to, I wanted to achieve in the last 2 years, and I finally did. So with that being said, I think I'm just going to say, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to give myself a goal that I'm going to have at least 2 new clients a month. So I already made January because I landed that big client, but then I also had a smaller client that she wanted to sign up for my social media strategy. So I landed her this month as well. So I've already made January. For the rest of the year, I'm going to say 2 new clients a month. 2 new clients a month. Now listen, you can always adjust your goals from the beginning of the year. Maybe when you get to like the end of first quarter and you just say, hey, I think I need to make some adjustments. There's nothing wrong with that. These are your goals. You can adjust the way you want. I don't know if I would adjust down, because the whole point of goal setting, or the whole point of putting in a resolution, is to kind of push yourself and challenge yourself. So it's up to you, because you also want to protect your mental health as well. But if you want to adjust maybe just a tiny bit downward, or even better, adjust upward because you've already really got your goals accomplished, then by all means, you can do that. This is your thing. You can do that. Okay, let's go to wild card. Again, I don't know what that's going to be, but what I am going to put down here is that I want to be able to tackle a new challenge this year. What that challenge is, I don't know yet. But it has to be something big, outside of what I've already have down, outside of the business, personal, travel, all outside of all that. This has to be something that's not written down in my goals right now. I don't know what that is, but I'll come back and let you guys know when I figure it out. Or if it just kind of lands in my lap, I'll let you guys know. So with that, the wild card, that I am going to say, as far as a deadline, it's going to just be before this year is over. You know what? No, I'm not. I can't do that to myself. I'm going to say by June. Just like I have this big goal of 10,000 followers for YouTube by June, I'm also going to give this wild card by June. By June, I want to have a new challenge that I've already started. Ideally, I would love to have this new challenge in this first quarter, so by end of March. But we'll just say by June. Okay, personal. I don't know what I don't really have a personal life. You know what? I got an idea. This is not about me. I'm going to make personal about me and Reagan. Reagan and I have not taken a mother-daughter trip in a few years. When she was little, when she was an infant, her and I used to travel all the time. Well, rightfully so, because she was free to fly up until she was about 2 years old. But even as a little kid, we would go on trips together. Right now, it's just been we're going on trips together, but it's always somebody with us, whether it's her dad, whether it's my parents. There's always like family or close friends with us. It hasn't been a her and I trip in a long time. So that's what I'm going to do. This year, we are going to take a trip. I don't care if it's to the mountains, somewhere where we can just drive and just go. But her and I are going to take a trip together. That's what I'm going to put. Now this one, I have to put by the end of the year, because I have already trips planned, spread out this year, and this one is not planned. So I have to give myself a little grace just to make sure I can fit it in somewhere. If it gets us down to December, well, we did it, right? By the end of the year. Okay, look at it. Look at God. All right. We have our goals written down. We just finished defining our goals. I have business, so let's recap. For business, I have 2 new clients a month. Personal, by the end of the year, by the end of the year, Reagan and I will take a trip. Got it. Travel, for me, and I say travel, this is not including Reagan. So this travel means solo travel. Well, I shouldn't say solo travel, just travel outside of Reagan. Okay, travel outside of Reagan, whether it's solo, group, or whatever. Because the one that's coming up is going to be a family group cruise. So travel to new states. Oh, well, I have traveled to new states. Now that can be solo. One might be solo. One may be with one of my besties, because she has been asking for us to go back on a trip together. You guys met her a couple of years ago, Benita. I'll put some the coverage here that we went to Rhode Island together, and she's been asking to go again somewhere new this year. So I really want to try to get us to go back somewhere new this year. So 2 new states, regardless, whether it's solo or with a friend. Financial, I want to have 1 credit card paid off this year. Okay, I have to say by the end of the year. Ooh, child, my handwriting. Thank God nobody can see this. But this is also the reason why I type it, because it can be readable. But again, I'm the only one who's going to read this. Wild card, a new challenge by June. Social media, 10,000 followers by June. Instagram, that's YouTube, and Instagram, 100 followers by the end of February. So when I reach, it's not if, but when I reach any of these goals, we're going to come back and do an adjustment of our goal setting and another video. All right, so the next step we want to do is make it SMART. And what I mean by SMART is specific, and I got to look at my screen just to make sure I'm not messing up, but specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. You want to make sure your goals are SMART. So what you can do is just write out SMART, sideways, put SMART, and then make sure your goals are SMART that way. Well, I'm used to using the SMART method, so in my mind, I've already gone through that every one of these goals is highly achievable. Measurable will be measurable, the fact that I'm telling you guys to hold me accountable. Specific, very specific on this. And then very relevant, and time-bound, I gave time-bound for deadlines for each one of them. So in my mind, I've already followed the SMART. But for those of you who don't know, the SMART method is a very good method to use when you're goal setting. Next thing you want to do is break it down. If you have a larger goal, then you can break it down to smaller ones. This one, so for instance, I guess I could break down 10,000 followers by June. So let's say by February, I want to have 8,000 followers. I'm not really going to do that. For me, it's just the big achievements. As long as I make the 10,000, or I get the 2 new states. Oh, you know what? I did not put a goal. I did not put a deadline for the 2 new states. Well, this one I'm going to put, because they're not planned yet, so I'm going to just put by the end of the year too. Okay, now everybody has a deadline. But like I was saying, as long as I make the goal for the deadline that I have, that's good enough for me. After you broke it down, here are some other steps that you can take to ensure that your goals are set in place. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it because I'm pretty motivated myself, but those of you who think you won't stay motivated to reach your goals, I highly recommend using this. And I just typed how to follow, or how to set a goals, how to do goal setting in Chat GPT, just so you can, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit, just for something easy and something for you to follow. Just let me know in the comments if you would like for me to, because what I can do is, if you're interested, I can actually make a formal form and maybe email it to you or something like that, or post it on my website for you to download. Let me know if you're interested in that in the comments. But the other steps you can take are set milestones, identify obstacles, and basically you want to just, obstacles meaning anticipate potential challenges that may come while you're trying to get your goal or achieve your goal, and how you can overcome them. You want to stay motivated, regularly review and adjust. Now, this I did say that we should do. I mean, if you need to go up or down, set a new target, adjust. If you're trying to lose weight, I'll give an example. Maybe you need to adjust it accordingly. But my point is, you don't be afraid to, don't believe that it's set in stone. You can always adjust it. Stay positive, right? Setting goals or not achieving goals can get discouraging. That's why I said your mental health is important. So what I do to stay positive, I celebrate my small successes. And that's exactly what it says. No matter how small, learn from your setbacks. Commitment and consistency, and then you want to track and evaluate. All right, that concludes my first working behind the scenes video. Tell me how you like it. Tell me how it can be improved. Tell me what other ideas do you have in the comments so that I can keep this going. Would you like to see more videos like this? I have to do this work anyway. So all it is just me turning on the camera and kind of coaching, teaching, and also just talking out loud so that I can make sure that I'm holding myself accountable for getting these things done. So for example, I think the next video, or one up and coming, is going to be about time management. I think that is going to be a big one for a lot of people. So let me know in the comments if you like this series and you would like to see more videos to come. I appreciate you if you stayed this long to watch it. Thank you so much. Like I said in the beginning, if you haven't subscribed, I hope you do. More videos to come like this, but at the least, please give me a thumbs up. It does help me out and it helps the channel out. Thank you so much for the positivity that you put in these videos, the comments that you guys leave. I really, really appreciate your support. Until next time, Royals.